This is my first introductory video. I had a stroke in March of 2024. It was a typical night I was asleep. Um, and I woke up out my sleep. And my right arm felt like numb, like I had slept on it. So I get up, get my phone, and call my son and ask him, had he ever felt numb when he wake up on his arm? So I'm thinking I had slept on it or something. It didn't dawn on me. He said, yes, ma'am. So I went to sleep. After no, after I talked to him, I got up out the bed and went and took a bath. So as I was getting up out the tub, I noticed my arm was hurting. I couldn't get up out the tub. So I got up. I walked in the bedroom to put on my pajamas. And as I put on my pajamas, I fell on the floor. It still didn't dawn on me that something was wrong. So I proceeded to get in the bed. As I get on the side of the bed to lay down, I fell on the floor again. So I'm saying something isn't right. Excuse me. I'm thinking to myself, something is not right. So as I fell on the floor at that time, every time I tried to get up, I couldn't. It was like I couldn't get up. So I started like screaming, like trying to make a noise because my bedroom door was closed. So I was just like hollering. So I felt like if I didn't get anybody to hear me, I was going to die in this bedroom. So my dad, he heard me and came down the steps. He asked me, how did I get on the floor? But I couldn't talk. But I didn't know I couldn't talk. It was so different. I just knew. I wanted to tell him I didn't put myself on the floor. But he said, let me get you up off the floor and I'm going to call for some help. So I said okay in my head because, I couldn't talk. So the fire rescue people came and they was talking to me, asking me my name and everything, what day it was. I couldn't talk. So they started going to my nightstand, looking at my medicines to see had I taken something, I guess, to harm myself or whatever. I couldn't tell them. I couldn't talk. They just was going through my medicine, going through my drawer, my ID, everything. They were just going through it. So next thing I know, they leaving out. And one of them whispered to my dad, I think she had a stroke, but I didn't know until after the fact. So I get in the ambulance, and I was conscious. I knew I was in the ambulance. The man in the ambulance, he was so nice. He kept telling me, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. I didn't know what was wrong, so I'm just laying there, just taking a ride. It seemed like we got to the hospital in Birmingham maybe within 10 minutes, and I live like an hour away from Birmingham. So it seemed like we got there fairly quick. So next thing I know, I wake up in intensive care, and I was told at some point I had a stroke. So I happened to remember that part, and that's where my story began. And I started the healing process. I left the hospital. I was in inpatient for 1 week, and I went to inpatient therapy for another week because I wanted to get better. I didn't want to come straight home, so I went from inpatient hospital to inpatient therapy. I guess that's what you call it, an inpatient therapy unit to help me gain my mobility back because I only lost my mobility in my right hand, the ability to use my right hand. Keep in mind I'm right-handed, so that alone was a challenge, but I knew with the strength that I had in me And with family support, I knew it was going to be okay. And I knew I was going to be okay. I had faith. So I stayed in inpatient therapy for a week. I left inpatient therapy and came home. So from home, I started outpatient therapy for 3 days a week. 3 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, I think. I went to outpatient therapy. I was just going to physical therapy because in the hospital, I had speech therapy. And they told me, well, you won't need that long. But I knew, I was like, my speech is not the same. I got like a lisp, but that come from the stroke, and I've learned to deal with that as well. Because keep in mind, when I first had my medical event, I couldn't talk. I just would, try to write or do sign language or movements. It was horrible. I could not talk. So what you see now, I couldn't talk at all. So it's truly a blessing to be able to talk and express myself, and I'm grateful for that. I sometimes stumble over words and get frustrated. I try to talk too fast, but my speech therapist taught me to sound your words out, go slow, take your time, and I often tell myself that when I'm trying to anxiously get something out, just take your time, slow down, and get it out, and it's okay. The person that's receiving the message, they'll just have to be patient and wait, and it'll come. So I'm all over the place in this, telling my story. But anyway, I went from outpatient therapy to 3 days a week, and I was off work for 4 months. That 4th month, I tried so hard to use a mouse, and I just couldn't do it. I mean, I want to, but I keep trying every day. Every day I keep telling myself, you got this, you can do better. And it's been a year, and I know I'm still healing and going through this journey. But I went to work 4 months after my incident, and I think I started driving 2 months after. So I made pretty good progress in being independent like I was. And I can pretty much do everything that I used to do. I can cook for myself, just take my time. My only struggles right now are pinning my hair, opening bags, or opening objects that I can't use scissors for. And that's pretty much it. Opening things and pinning my hair. And I think that's all. Everything else, I've learned how to truly maneuver and take care of myself with one strong hand. But where there's a will, there's a way. And I've been able to do it all by God's grace, and I'm so thankful. I'm thankful for the support I receive every day. I'm thankful for my family. And I'm thankful for you for listening to me, because it's taken me over a year to tell my story. And every time I say, I'm going to make a video, I got to fix myself up, I got to do this and do that, I say here, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to make the video. I'm not going to fix myself up, put on makeup. I'm just going to come on here and tell my story, because somebody needs to hear it. And somebody needs to know that you're not alone, and you will get through this, and you're going to be A-okay. Just keep going. Keep going. Stay strong. Don't give up. No, you can't give up. You got to keep going. And I will get on here when I feel like it and tell more of my story, and let you watch me go through my journey. I would like for you to like the video, comment. Please comment. I love reading comments and stories of other people that have gone through. It gives me strength. It gives me hope. And if you are interested in hearing more, subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe. And with that being said, I'm going to end the video. And again, I want to thank you for listening to me tell my story of how I had the stroke, how I've make progress to overcome it in life after the stroke. Thank you for listening and have a good night.